Okay, sorry about that. I had a couple of phone calls and text messages that I had to get to, and that's why that first part of the tape ended. So, this is the second part. Now, we were talking about the first chakra, root chakra. So, and I was stating in the last video, or the first part of the video, if you will, about taking off your shoes and socks and going and feeling the earth and feeling grounded and feeling one with the earth. And that helps you also to keep grounded, because I said, especially like with my spacey friends, and sometimes I can get a little spacey too, and I'm like, I'm out there. So you want to, I guess, in other words, no matter how spiritual you may be, you don't want to just have yourself just totally out there spaced out. You want to be grounded. You want to realize and know that yes, you are human. You are a part of the earth. So that's also a way to keep yourself grounded, knowing that you are still a part of this physical body and the physical existence. All right, moving on. Second chakra, or the sacral chakra. The emotional imbalances of this particular chakra include our commitment to relationships, our ability to express our emotions, our ability to have fun, play based on desires, creativity, pleasure, sexuality, fears of impotence, betrayal, addictions. So basically, yes, we want to be able to have fun and play, be creative, pleasure, enjoy the good things in life, if you will. And also, it says when this chakra is balanced, we have an ability to take risks. We are creative. We are committed. We are passionate, sexual, and outgoing. So, if you don't have any problems in these areas, such as myself, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just that. But you you are definitely balanced in that area. Okay, third chakra. We're dealing with the solar plexus chakra. Emotional imbalances include issues of personal power and self-esteem. Our inner critic comes out, where you're always criticizing yourself. You say, man, I can't do anything right. Fears of rejection, criticism, and physical appearances. When this chakra is balanced, we feel self-respect and self-compassion, and we feel in control, assertive, and confident. Um, let's see, how can I put this? I have a friend who's basically how can I say this? Who has this particular chakra closed, if you will. And I can't really work with my friend on this, because this particular individual, he really isn't, how can I say this? Okay, he's not into this. Let's put it that way. Not everybody is going to accept this and listen to this. So I'll just have to put it this way. Since he's not into this and he could care less about this, then therefore I just try to give him my advice as best as I can, and so on and so forth. But, you know, my buddy, he's got to really stop feeling sorry for himself and feeling down. I mean, we all have issues. We all have problems. We all go through things, but knowing how to balance it out and how to deal with it, that's the most important thing. And I'm no licensed psychiatrist or anything like that, so I just try to help the best way I know how. But sometimes it just seems like that's not good enough. You know, I feel like I can't help him, but you know, at some point in time, you have to help yourself too. So, all right, moving on. Fourth chakra, heart chakra. Emotional imbalances of this particular chakra include issues of the heart, over loving to the point of suffocation, jealousy, abandonment, anger, bitterness, and fear of loneliness. You know, yeah, those people that just love you so much and they just suffocate you. It's like, dang, get away from me sometimes, you know? But that's a chakra that is, to me, I would say that it's it's a chakra that's not necessarily closed, because if you are like over loving someone to the point of suffocation, now jealousy, that's not a good thing. So, um, but the loving part and the over loving part, I mean, I don't know. Can you really love someone too much? I guess you could love somebody to a point where you're suffocating them every time you turn around. And they're like, damn, can I have some space? I guess that's possible. Yeah. Okay, so when this chakra is balanced, we feel joy, gratitude, love, and compassion. Forgiveness flows freely. Trust is gained. That's a lot of things that I think that these are the main two things that I think people have a hard time with dealing with is forgiving people, forgiving themselves, and trust. Me, I don't trust a lot of people because you just can't. That's just the way it is. That's how life works. I mean, you have to use discretion when trusting people. It is what it is. I gotta be honest with you. I don't trust everybody. And you're not supposed to. Personally, that's just how I feel. You just have to know who you can talk to, know who you can't, kind of weigh the person out, and weigh the situation. Forgiveness is another thing that I think a lot of people have a hard time doing is forgiving. Forgive. They always talk about forgiveness. That's a tricky one too, because when you think of certain issues or certain things that have happened, it's like, I always hear people say, "Oh, I'll forgive you, but I'll never forget." So, I think that when it comes to forgiveness, it is really, really a hard thing for some people to do, especially if you are the person that's looking to be forgiven. You really want to be forgiven. You're looking at that person like, "I'm sorry, I messed up. Please accept my apology." They may accept it. They may not trust you anymore, or they may trust you to a certain point or to a certain extent, but that's probably as far as it'll go. Anyway, moving on to the fifth chakra, which is the throat chakra. Emotional imbalances of the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, include issues of self-expression through communication, both spoken or written, fear of no power or choice, no willpower, or being out of control. Woo! Yeah, a lot of us are out of control. But, yeah. So, when this chakra is balanced, we have free flowing of words, expression, communication. We are honest and truthful, yet firm, and we are good listeners. Now, with this one, I am a very good listener. I may not talk a whole lot, and I may not say a whole lot about your situation if you explain something to me and you're talking to me about something. But I will listen to you, and if I can offer my advice, like I told you earlier about my friend, I do offer advice, but to no avail. It just seems like every time I try to encourage him, he sets himself back even further. All right, moving on. Sixth chakra, or your third eye, right here. Its emotional imbalances include issues with moodiness. Some people are just naturally moody. I have to even go back to my hooked on phonics days. Volatility and self-reflection, an inability to look at one's own fears and to learn from others, daydream often and live in a world of exaggerated imagination. Now, that's one thing about me. I do daydream a lot, but I don't live in a world of exaggerated imagination unless I am writing a fictional story. Which, of course, speaking of fictional stories, you can find the story I wrote here on YouTube on this channel, my channel. Check it out. It's called. Yeah, I forgot the name of the story, but it is here on YouTube. So, yo, when you get a chance, you can check it out. It's a 3-part story about friends riding through the galaxy on their way coming to Earth to help save Earth. That is such a shame. I wrote, I wrote the story and I forgot the name of it. That's bad. All right, moving right along. Seventh or crown chakra. Excuse me. Physical imbalance include depression, inability to learn, sensitivity to light, sound, environment. Emotional imbalances include issues with self-knowledge and greater power. Imbalances arise from rigid thoughts on religion and spirituality, constant confusion, carry prejudices, analysis paralysis, and fear of alienation. Now this is if you're imbalanced, if your chakra, your crown chakra, your head chakra is imbalanced when they say that arise through rigid thoughts on religion and spirituality. We're talking about with this one of religion and spirituality. We're talking about those people. Yes, sometimes I can get a little passionate, if you will. That's the word I'm looking for. Passionate about what I believe in when it comes to spirituality, and how I don't think that religion and spirituality are the same thing, or the same things. I think they're different. So when I am trying to prove a point, if you will, I may go all out with that, but at the end of the day, I have to know that everybody is not going to agree with me. Everybody's not going to agree with you. So you just have to keep that in mind. Carrying prejudices and analysis paralysis and fear of alienation. Fear of being alienated, being all by yourself, no friends, your families even turn their backs on you, just feeling that way. So when sometimes that's not always necessarily the case. And prejudices, dealing with, I always think of, when you think of prejudices, you think of racism, but I've learned recently that, how can I say it, racism and prejudice are similar, but they're not exactly the same. Yeah, that's what I've learned thus far with that. And it goes on to say, when this chakra is balanced, we live in the present moment. We have an unshakable trust in our inner guidance. So basically, we rely on our inner selves for guidance. And not necessarily disregarding other people's guidance or information, but just knowing and just having that intuition, just relying on your intuition and your inner self. So those are the warning signs if your chakras are out of balance. Now we're going to talk about how to open your chakras. And opening your chakras is also linked to balancing your chakras. And I have a website that you can check out. It's www.wiki-how.com/open-your-spiritual chakras. But I'll also try to put that link in the video so you can check that out. And it's 8 steps to excuse me, opening up your chakras. And I guess you're wondering, if it's 8 steps to opening up your chakras and there are only 7 chakras, where's the 8th step coming in? well, they actually included a very small introduction as number one, but it's really seven chakras. But yeah. Now, getting to the fun part. Now, how do you know which chakra is not open? There are several different free tests, actually more than several free tests online that you could go to, that you could check out. Um, let's see. You have the free chakra test, and I'll also put this. Excuse me. And I'll also put the link up. Excuse me. For the allergies. Okay. Free chakra test. Color meanings. And I'm gonna get into the color meanings in just a moment, but where you can go to www.chakraenergy.com/test, and I'll put that link up too. And on this particular site, on the left hand side, excuse me, there's the color link, the color chart, and it helps you to read your chakras, and it tells you which areas you are connected with and that you're much stronger in than others. And it's done by you going and answering just a few simple questions, yes or no, and then you can find your score, and it explains it after you've taken the test down at the bottom of the website. But okay, we want to go with the colors of the chakra. Okay, the root chakra is red, and of course we know that the root chakra is it's your spine. It sits at the base of your spine, at the tailbone. So that's your root chakra. The next color is orange, and that's your second chakra, your sacral chakra. And of course, you know that's located 2 inches below your navel. Yellow is the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is located 3 inches above your navel, and that color is yellow. The heart chakra is green. The throat chakra is blue, and the third eye chakra is indigo. And last but not least, your crown chakra is violet. So, and it explains these colors, and it tells what it's all about, so you can do further research if you will, and if you'd like. And I hope you have enjoyed this segment of the chakras and how to balance your chakras, and hopefully you'll be more in tune and more interested in learning about your chakras. And speaking of chakras, this is a chakra bracelet that I have to help balance your chakras. So, and I did say earlier that I would share with you which one of my chakras